Good morning, Columbus. This is Curtis coming to you live from Goodwill Columbus Working Community Services, doing another one of our virtual vocational trainings. Today's topic, what are essential skills? And this is a huge topic in today's world of employment. So I hope you join us. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them as we go along. So what we'll be covering today, what are essential skills, what happened to soft skills, what are the 9 essential skills employers look for, and where do I find these skills? So what happened to soft skills? Did they disappear? Are they not as important as essential skills? How are essential skills different? Well, did soft skills disappear? Short answer, no. They were initially called soft skills because they are complementary to hard skills. So kind of opposite, soft skills, hard skills. Over time, they are becoming more essential to today's workforce that may refer to them as essential or power skills. So, did soft skills disappear? No, they are one and the same. Just depends on who you're talking to, but a lot of people are not liking the soft label. They think it's a misnomer. Are they not as important as essential skills? Well, soft skills are the same, just with a more strengths-based title because they are essential to success in work. The word soft implies easy, quiet, simple, like pillow, bed, blanket, kitten, puppy. Just stuff that makes you feel all warm and fuzzy. The word essential implies necessary, utmost importance, indispensable. So, like air, water, food, survival, all things that we need in order to survive. So, essential skills are important to your survival at work. So, how are essential skills different? It is no different between which skills are soft. Whew. Should have spell checked that one or grammar checked it. There's no difference between which skills are soft or essential, just the overall importance of having these skills, regardless of what you call them. So there's no difference whether you call them soft or essential. The overall importance is having these skills. So the important part is having the essential or soft skills, not whether you call them one or the other. So, 5 reasons why essential skills are more important than ever. Hard skills are useless without essential skills. What? Yes, it's true. Most technical skills alone are not enough to be truly effective in today's workforce. All careers require at least some essential skills to make the hard skills valuable. So, what they're saying is you can get all the certifications and diplomas and degrees in the world and have all of that that says what a valuable worker are, but if you don't have the essential skills to go along with them, you're worthless to a company. You got to have those essential skills in order to be the best productive worker you can be. Essential skills are harder to learn. They're more challenging to develop since they have little to do with knowledge or expertise but are closely linked to a person's character. It takes practice. So, we keep pounding this in. It's repetitive. You got to keep working on it. You got to keep practicing because, you might not have had that structure when you were younger, so developing the harder essential skills that you need is going to take a lot of practice. The modern workplace is interpersonal, which is relating to communicating to others. Skills such as listening, collaborating with others, presenting ideas, and communicating with team members are all highly valued in the modern workplace. If you're not listening, you're not paying attention, you're not getting what your bosses or your employees are saying. You got to be able to collaborate and work with others. You need to be able to effectively present your ideas and communicate with other team members in order to be successful at work. customers demand essential skills. It's true. I've done customer service. With the internet and smartphones making everything so convenient today, you can order things at the tip of your fingers and have it delivered to you. Customer service is often what influences the choice to use a particular business. The ability to communicate efficiently and effectively with customers is a vital factor in the success of a business. Here's another mistake. Hey, you know what? I'm not perfect. So yeah, I've done customer service. I've done sales. You got to be able to communicate effectively with your customers. You got to listen to them, and you got to be able to talk to them on their level in order to get their business away from wherever else they're getting it from. It's very important, especially in today's world of online shopping. The future workplace will rely on essential skills. I think the current workforce and workplace is relying on essential skills. Just nobody wants to talk about it. With automation and artificial intelligence taking over production, there will be greater reliance on essential skills. And this is true. You still got to have technical knowledge when working with computers and robots and production lines and stuff, but you got to have those essential skills to go along with it because you're still part of a team. It's a smaller team, so any mistakes or deficiencies that you may have in your essential skills is going to be highlighted at a greater capacity than if you were in a large corporation. So, and if you wanted to read further on, there's that link there at the bottom. That's where I got this stuff. Hard skills, they're quantifiable, like fluency in language. How many languages do you speak? I only speak one. Certifiable, are there degrees, diplomas, certificates, and they're definable. PowerPoint, programming, me doing PowerPoints for these videos, that's a hard skill. Then you got your soft skills or essential skills. Unfortunately, this graphic only showed soft skills. Are your social skills, your negotiation, your teamwork. I wouldn't be able to do this without the teamwork that we have here at Goodwill Columbus. The attitude, your integrity, your confidence. You got to be able to have that confidence. We've done this before, was it 2 months ago when I started doing this? We talked about our self-confidence and all that. That's a soft skill. That's an essential skill. Management, planning, problem solving. We've had a lot of things to try to problem solve, right? These last 3 months with the shutdown and the quarantine and trying to get back up and running. You got to be able to plan. You got to be able to problem solve. Those are essential skills. Hard skills versus essential skills. So just further breaking down, what hard skills are. They're learnable and presentable skills, knowledge, and qualifications like language knowledge, degrees, apprenticeships, certificates, accounting, typing techniques, machine operation, programming languages, software knowledge. Those are all our hard technical skills. I'm getting tongue-tied here. I'm getting so excited. Those are things that you take training for, that you get, certificates in, and that you are qualified to do. Essential skills, they're character traits, they're personal, interpersonal skills, communication skills, being flexible, self-discipline, self-reflection, teamwork, time management, empathy, or as they call it in corporate America, emotional intelligence. You gotta have emotional intelligence and the ability to take criticism. I'm here, give me your critiques. The only way I can learn to be better is if I open myself up to let other people tell me where I might be making mistakes. It's important. You got to be able to take that without being threatened that somebody's talking bad about you. And that's a lot of things that we see here at WCS is the inability to understand when somebody's just trying to give constructive criticism. They take it as an insult or a jab or a threat. And those are things that we work on constantly. 93% of employers consider essential skills to be just as important as hard skills in the selection process. It's what I look for when I'm hiring people. So what are the 9 essential skills employers look for? These are the 9 most sought after essential skills by employers today. Working with others, the ability to work with other workers to carry out tasks. This skill is used when we work as a member of a team or jointly with a partner, and when we engage in supervisory or leadership activities. Teamwork. It's all about teamwork, a very important essential skill. Um, so just some examples, may work as members of a team when loading and unloading large cargoes and also with dispatchers, office and maintenance staff, have a considerable degree of interaction with customers and supervisors, and participate in formal group discussions with coworkers, supervisors, and or supervisees concerning methods for improving work processes or product quality and the allocation of responsibilities. These are all examples, perfect examples of what the essential skill working with others entails. And you got to be able to work with other people, whether you like them or not. You have to work together because that friction comes out if you can't do this. So which group is not working together? Team A, Team B, or Team C? If you guessed Team B, you are correct. That group is not working together. Oral communication is the next on our list. It is the ability to use speech to give and exchange thoughts and information. This skill is used to greet people, take messages, reassure, persuade, seek information, and resolve conflicts. Basically, what I'm doing right now, I am orally communicating with you through Facebook. Types of oral communication can be either formal or informal. Let's see, face-to-face conversations, telephone conversations, discussions that take place at business meetings. More formal types of oral communication include presentations at business meetings, classroom lectures, commencement speech given at a graduation ceremony. So what I'm doing right now would be a formal type of oral communication because I am giving you basically it's like a classroom lecture. This is a vocational training video in which I am teaching you something. So I have to be able to have good oral communication, even though every now and then that I trip over my tongue, we do what we can to get by, right? So, which is not an example of good oral communication? If you guessed Team C, you are correct. Continuous learning, the ability to participate in an ongoing process of acquiring skills and knowledge. This skill is used when we learn as part of regular work or from coworkers, and when we access training in the workplace or off-site. So by you watching this video either right now or engaging with it later in the day or even 2 weeks from now, you are engaging in continuous learning. You, my friend, have an essential skill. You are continuously learning more about essential skills. So, lifelong learning benefits. It improves the mind. It helps with the individual's self-esteem, creates opportunities for a better job. When you get older, you will keep up with a constant changing world, and helps you be aware about things in life, creates a hunger for more knowledge. You should set out a goal for yourself to learn at least one thing new every day. I love learning. I can't get enough of it. I'm constantly trying to figure out new ways to bring learning to you guys. But it should be a goal for everybody to continuously learn things because you have to be adaptable, especially in today's work environment where if you haven't done any training in the last few years, you're antiquated as far as what common practices are or the way things are going. If you're not up to speed with what's going on in the world of employment right now, then you're not going to help people find jobs. So you really have to continuously learn stuff. So who is not learning? Team A, Team B, or Team C? If you guess Team A, you are correct. They're busy sleeping. As fun as sleep is, you should not do that when you're trying to learn something. Reading, the ability to understand materials in the form of sentences or paragraphs. This skill is used to scan for information, skim overall meaning, evaluate what we read, and integrate information from multiple sources. So if I wasn't speaking this to you, you would have to read it. Or you could read along with me so you're scanning and or skimming for information and meaning. Intensive reading is used on shorter texts in order to extract specific information. Say you're looking up a definition of something. It includes very close, accurate reading for detail. You want the definition, so you got to look it up. Use intensive reading skills to grasp the details of a specific situation. In this case, it is important that you understand each word, number, or fact. So if you are doing an intensive reading, could be like the examples, an insurance claim, contract of employment. So you definitely want to be able to read through a contract of employment to pick out the important stuff. What's your pay rate? When's your start date? Are there required items of clothes that you got to purchase and have ready for the first day of work? Are there any additional tests or anything that you need to do? Is there, paid time off? What is that defined as? Who is your supervisor? When do you report? These are all things that intensive reading you're going to want to go through and extract this specific information from an employment contract. So having a reading skill is essential. Which two teams are using their reading skills? If you guessed Team A and Team C, you are correct. They are doing some intensive reading to try to extract information from whatever it is they are looking at in their groups. Team B is too busy arguing about something. Document use. Here was one that was kind of interesting to me. The ability to perform tasks that involve a variety of information displays in which words, numbers, symbols, or other visual characteristics are given meaning by their spatial relationship. Yeah, that was a big sentence. This skill is used when reading and interpreting signs, labels, lists, graphs, and charts. So this is very important with work, or even with going to the grocery store or doing any kind of project at home. You got to be able to use the documents that are there. Finding and using the information you need or putting information in where it's needed. It's like documents. You got to, read reports, user manuals, financial statements, proposals. Not only do you have to read them, but you should be able to write memos, letters, fill out forms. You got to be able to read and understand charts, tables, graphs, technical drawings, and then also, books, journals, newsletters. Being able to take the information that you're giving, interpreting the signs, reading the labels, understanding lists and graphs and charts. This is all part of document use. And in today's corporate culture, that's very important because you're going to see a lot of emails come through, a lot of memos. You got to write letters. All those items are going to be very important to have this essential skill. It's going to help you expand your knowledge and make you a valuable part of the team. So which ones are documents that are important? If you guessed all three, you are correct. The First one is an application for a loan. The second one is a bank statement. And option C is an employment application. These are all important documents that having the essential skill of document use is important. It will help you with these. Numeracy. So the ability to use numbers and think in quantitative terms. We've used that term a few times in a couple different videos already. Quantitative. This skill is used when doing numerical estimating, money math, scheduling or budgeting math, and analyzing measurements or data. So like regular concerns about the numeracy and mathematics attainment levels of children. These are just some key facts that I found while doing research on this. Industry reports emerged lamenting the numeracy skills of adults in the workforce. Newspapers repeatedly report on the lack of adult numeracy skills. Considerable literature on school-based and university math learning, and a gap in literature and public policy about math support for the broader community. Wow. So basically, especially with the direction that we are going in with our new skills labs here at WCS, you're going to want to be able to work on this essential skill of numeracy in order to do estimating for projects. Money math is very important, not only from a business standpoint, from either trying to start your own business or working at a business that is trying to make money. If you don't have good money math, chances are you're going to get taken advantage of, and you're going to lose money. But it's also important for buying more materials that you need. Scheduling or budgeting math. Working on a home budget is very important for independent living. You got to be able to have that skill to be able to budget your paycheck. You'd be surprised how many adults don't have that skill and are very horrible at it. And then with some of our skills labs, there's going to be a lot of analyzing measurements or data, depending on whether you're in the wood shop or the mechanical skills lab working on bicycles, or eventually automotive skills, or if you're in the tech lab working on computers, you got to be able to analyze the data. And with computers, a lot of it is numbers related. So when you're doing a budget for a construction project, you got to be able to know your numbers and understand them. So numeracy is very important. Which is not an example of numeracy? If you guessed option C, you would be correct. Why is option C not an example of numeracy? Because it's just a grocery list. There's no numbers to it. Now, if he would have incorporated, or he or she, it doesn't matter, would have incorporated numbers into their grocery list, like they needed, 12 ears of corn, 2 cucumbers, 4 tomatoes. That's numeracy, because they are estimating the amount of product they need to get at the grocery store. But just as writing a list of items you need to get is not an example of numeracy. Writing, the ability to write text and documents. It also includes non-paper-based writing, such as typing on a computer. This skill is used when organizing, keeping records, documenting, providing information to persuade, requesting information from others, and justifying a request. Yes, you got to be able to know how to ask for things and do it in written form. It's a time-consuming activity. Producing a well-written text is a continual process of revision and rewriting. Good writing is a cyclical process of continual refinement and reflection, requiring you to spend time thinking about what to write, organizing ideas into logical flow, etc. That's just kind of the prim and proper way to say that it takes time to learn this skill, and some adults just don't have it because they haven't been in positions to do that. If you need, if you want to grow at your current job, you need to be able to understand and have a great ability to write. Yes, I have my typing issues or whatever with some of my presentations, and you know, that's because I'm trying to do the best that I can, and sometimes it doesn't work out perfectly. Nobody's perfect. Um, Send a ton of emails, uh, write letters, memos, training manuals. These are all things that you got to be able to do, and or even say you're putting together a project and you want to sell something. How do you write the description to explain to the customer what it is your product does, or what can they do with your product if they purchase it, or why they should purchase your product? You got to have the writing skill in order to make it the best possible way. So which is an example of good writing? Hopefully the only one you understand is option A. It is clearly written as to what they are doing. Computer use. The ability to use different kinds of computer applications and other related technical tools. This is used when we operate cash registers, use word processing software, send emails, and create and modify spreadsheets. So not only do you have to know how to write as an essential skill, but you got to have enough knowledge of using a computer and applications to help you put it together. So putting these PowerPoints together, yes, PowerPoint is a hard skill, but inputting the stuff into the slides is a, computer use and writing. So see how there's overlap between the essential skills and how they integrate their way into the hard skills. Computer literacy. To be computer literate means that you can use today's computers efficiently to enhance your life and the lives of those around you. Computer literacy also means you understand a wide range of information about current technology and how it is used to solve problems. A digital divide is an economic gap between those who are computer literate and have access to computer technology and those who do not. There is a large digital divide between members of the community and individuals who may have developmental or intellectual disabilities. But what we're finding is that there are a lot of technical advantages and applications and software that are being created to better assist members of the Goodwill community to be more independent, to live more independent lives. We wouldn't know that if people did not have the computer use essential skill, if they weren't computer literate to help bring these things forward. That's why we're adding a tech lab into our day programming for work services. You got to be able to not only know what a computer does, but you got to be able to do something other than just play games on it. You got to understand, today's cash registers are computers. And then, you may know how to use a typewriter, but using a word processor is different. And using it effectively can greatly enhance your work life. If I didn't know how to use a computer and trying to do these things right now, it would probably be a disaster. So I found this kind of interesting. Why is it essential that we are technologically literate and able to keep learning new skills? So today we're going to learn about technological literacy, which is a number of skills developed through the ability to effectively use technology. So challenge. Look at the computers above, put the technology in the correct order, starting with the oldest and finishing with the most modern. I struggled with this and I don't know if it's accurate. My guess is the oldest is number 4. The next would be number 1, followed by number 3, and then number 2 being the most modern. So more challenging. How has technology changed our lives socially and in the workplace? I would love to be able to come back and check this video and see some good answers to that one. Would a person trained to use the oldest computer be able to gain a position in computing today? Probably not, because you figure the oldest computer, the number 4 there, is probably dating back to what, the 60s and 70s? That's 40 to 50 years ago. Technology has changed so far, and the gap is just too big. Mega challenge. Evaluate how society has become more and more reliant on technology as it has improved. I would definitely want to see some responses on that one. Thinking. The ability to engage in the process of evaluating ideas or information to reach a rational decision. This skill is used when solving problems, making decisions, thinking critically, and planning, organizing job tasks. This is just so probably one of the hardest essential skills for me to learn is critical thinking. Organizing your thoughts and using that to solve problems, make decisions, and thinking, planning and organizing job tasks. It's hard sometimes because, this little image here is what for me was perfect for the branch of how things go. There's being creative, the inquiry, information processing, reasoning, evaluation. All of these parts come together to help you form your thinking skills. And you got to be able to put all of this stuff together. And it's not going to be easy, but it's possible. And we're here to help with that. The Bloom model of learning hierarchies. I thought this was kind of an interesting graphic. Recalling facts and information. Unlocking previous knowledge is an important learning skill. You got to make sense of the knowledge that you have. What do you understand this information that you have? And then applying, how can you use this knowledge in new ways? Analyzing, relating to other examples and evidence. Evaluating, you're making judgments based on the evidence. And then creating, developing your own interpretation. This kind of stuff's very important, especially when you get into higher education, to be able to do this. But there's some jobs where you got to be able to do this as well. So it's really important to understand how to use your thinking. So where? Boy, I messed that one up, didn't I? Where do I find these skills? It was late last night. They can be found, right? They can be found everywhere, through hard work, being open to learning, trust. Do you trust the people who are trying to educate you on these essential skills? But you got to have a desire to succeed. If you don't want to succeed in life, nothing I say or do is going to make a difference or try to persuade you otherwise. You got to be able to have the dignity of risk. Failure is a great learning tool. and you are allowed to fail, you know. That's what happens. And especially here at Goodwill Columbus Work and Community Services Day Programming. Yay! We can teach you essential skills here. That's what we're doing. That's how we're building our program. That's, you know, these are job skills that you need to be successful and get a job in the community. That's our goal. Get you out there. Let us help you. Thank you for joining me today. Come back this coming Thursday, and from every Thursday after that for the next 9 weeks. And we're going to go over each essential skill that we just reviewed in this video today, but we're going to do one each Thursday, and we're going to break it down and do a learning exercise on how you can build that skill. Hope you all have a good day. Thank you.